Hello there guys, hi. So I am thinking about weight and having to gain it and having to maintain it and having to come to terms with those things. Basically, I think for myself from hospital, although it's still extremely hard and I don't accept my body shape, I'm still not hiding myself. I mean, I'm on the internet, everybody can see what I look like, everyone can see me at a healthy weight, and it's easier to cope with because at the back of my mind I'm constantly thinking everybody knows I didn't choose to be this way, everybody knows I was forced to put this weight on, this was against my own will. But the thing is, things like that don't help when you're at home, when you go home and when you're at home, because at home you can't be thinking to yourself, I have to be this way, someone's forcing me to eat, etc. If I don't eat I'm going to get tubed, or if I don't eat I'm going to have to go here or but especially someone who's not seeing cams or wipeheads or I don't know what they do in America or any of the rest. But I think what needs to come into view is actually we are all being forced to be healthy weight ranges. We're all being forced to gain weight when we're severely underweight. We're all being forced to try and manage outside of hospital, because the thing is, if you do consistently lose weight and if you don't maintain, then you will end up in hospital. So in the end, we are actually all forced to try our best to stay healthy. So I don't know, this isn't the best way to look at your weight. The best way to look at your weight is, this is my body's healthy weight. This is what is healthy for my body. Without this weight, my body can't function properly. I can get osteoporosis, which I have got. Trust me, it jumps on you. I can get all these other health issues. I've met people here with lots of different health issues that they don't even mention in the side effects of anorexia, and it's bad stuff, guys. But sometimes, that's the best way to look at it. But sometimes you can't look at it that way because you think, well, I don't care about any of that. I don't care about that. I just want to be thin. But I think what needs to be remembered is actually we are all being forced to, because if we don't do this, we will end up in hospital. If you do decide you'll lose weight when you're at a healthy weight, or when you're even under, then you're going to end up in hospital eventually if you carry on. That's why you have to stop and maintain your weight. Because if you don't maintain your weight, you're only heading one way, and if you do go to hospital, you have to gain it all back in the end anyway, and then you're still being forced to be a healthy weight, and then you come out of hospital, and then you feel bad about the fact people are seeing you, and people will see you this way, and you're thinking, I'm not even being forced to be this way, but you are being forced to be this way. And although this doesn't help in the short term, in the long term, I hope it helps in the short term, because turns out the longer you are a healthy weight, the more you will eventually learn to accept your body at that weight. For example, I've gone up and down so much, it's very hard for me to accept that this is my healthy weight, because I'm expecting it to go up or down and down and down and down and then up, and it's hard for me to accept that this is it now. But maybe in a year or so of me being this weight consistently, I will be used to it. I'll be used to the fact that is how my body looks, and I'm always going to have that thing that tells me I'm too big, but sometimes you just have to learn to live with that. And I hope this isn't terrible advice, and I hope that you guys can use this, because a lot of you guys aren't in hospital, and a lot of you guys aren't getting the type of help that they're really meant to be getting. And I think it's important to realise that if you do consistently have an eating disorder that is destroying your body, whether you're maintaining or not, but you will end up in hospital, you will. And trust me on this, because, guys, I've been making videos with an eating disorder since I was about 12. I know those videos aren't up anymore, but some of you realise that. Hello, sorry about that. Checks. But, no, I've lost my words. She interrupted me. But yeah, most of you guys aren't really getting the type of help that they should be getting out of hospital. Oh yeah, well, I've been having an eating disorder since I was 12, and let's face it, it got worse and worse and worse. But if you noticed, it took like 3 years of that eating disorder, almost 4, because really I had it since I was 11. But I've been making videos about my eating disorder since I was 12, so that's what I have proof of. And I didn't end up in hospital really for quite a while. So when you're going down your eating disorder route and you're thinking, yeah, I have an eating disorder, but it's not that bad and I won't end up in hospital, and yeah, Rachel is bad though. She's lost weight and she's had to gain it, and then she's come out and then she's lost weight and then she's had to gain it, and you know. But the thing is, you can end up that way as well, because it took me quite a while to go into hospital, and I was in that mindset of, yeah, that person online is really bad, but I'll never get that bad. You know, and I always think I had this image in my head of, you have to get really, really emaciated, like on your deathbed before they do anything. No. I've met people in hospital who have come in at a healthy weight because they've lost weight too quickly. For example, I knew someone with a name beginning with G who is quite severely overweight, became anorexic, went down to about a healthy weight, but was still admitted because what she was doing was extremely dangerous for her body. And that's what I think needs to be bared in mind, because you can maintain at a healthy weight, and you can, if you're overweight, you can lose to a healthy weight, and that's fine. Just don't do it with eating disorder behaviours. Find a healthy way of doing it. And I just think that needs to be remembered. So when you're really self-conscious about, oh, my body, and oh my gosh, I'm choosing to be this way, and oh my gosh, I want to lose weight, I'm out of hospital, ugh, it's not that simple. The system will always be on your back. Whether you feel like they're there or not, they're going to pounce on you. You know, people that aren't getting any help will suddenly find all these people sort of like attacking them, saying, oh my god, what are you doing? Like the person beginning with G, she wasn't on cams or wipe heads or any of this stuff, and yet suddenly it was like, BAM! Hospital, you know. So in a way, you aren't always being forced to be a healthy weight. And although she wasn't being forced to be a healthy weight, she was being forced to get better and not have an eating disorder. But this video is mostly talking about weights. When you stop venturing onto her, I'm sorry, I do ramble. It's very hard when I can't edit. But yeah, so when you're at home and you're thinking, how can I maintain this weight? Because you are actually being made to. You are. And it's not helpful in the long term, but I find that it helps me. For now. I hope that'll change eventually. But for now, I'm thinking, I am being forced to stay this way. If I don't stay this way, I'm going to go back to Huntercombe, I'm going to go back to Pebble Lodge, I'm going to go back to Pine Cottage, I'm going to go back to Lee House, I'm going to go back to another hospital. And this place is fucking amazing. And I don't want any of that. And you know what's even better? Being at home. And like, I would do anything to get home. I'm trying to appeal my stupid section. I'm trying to get home, but chances are it's not going to happen. And chances are with you guys, if you aren't maintaining your weight, if you are trying to lose to an unhealthy level, then chances are you will end up in hospital. And some people, those rare, slightly annoying people, are maintaining at a lower weight because they can't cope with a higher one, but as long as you are maintaining at that weight, it's sort of okay. For example, some people here are maintaining at very, very low BMIs, and I'm not allowed to. It's upsetting, but again, I make myself feel better by thinking, I'm being forced to be this way. It's okay, because I'm being forced to be this way, and the thing is, so are you guys, so is everybody, because if you don't, you end up in hospital. Sorry, rant over. I think almost 9 minutes is about long enough for that. You probably switched off halfway through. If you're still listening now, comment below, because I'll be like, oh my god, they're still listening, what? Because I just repeated myself like 20 times, really. I didn't really make any more comments and all that, but I hope that it's helpful in the short term. This isn't a long-term thought process. This is a short term, just to get you to stay at that weight and be physically okay. So, I love you guys. Thought I would make this video. Goodbye. What am I doing?